So hello everyone, morning. Welcome to my review of My Hero Academia episode 48, or episode 10, season 3, and yeah, this was a great episode. It had 10 out of episode right away, right? It was an amazing episode. It had so much good stuff. I'm talking about everything here. And also the preview does reveal something very, very important that's going to be talked about more in the next week. So we probably should skip that. We probably should skip that. There's a big thing in the preview with a name there. So it's like, yeah, it was very important. His evil plan there, but that makes All For One even more, evil and so on. But anyway, so first of all, of course the battle is amazing, right? They have all the cool scenes. I love when he jumps in there. I think the most gruesome thing probably was when he warped in Gran Torino as a block there and took all my punches there, full power there. It was like Torino, like that. That was awesome. But my favorite scene by far was the bromance scene there. By far is when they say Bakugou, and I just love it so much because the action was awesome, the explosion flying up there was great, all of that, right, the whole ice thing and the combination of powers and quirks, and all that was great. But I think it's also awesome because it really gives you more character development on both Bakugou and Kirishima, and also Deku, because he kind of understands Bakugou. Yeah, so it's very, very good for the character development, because first of all then, it shows that the main character understands a little bit why Kaachan hates him, right? He's like, Kaachan hated when I saved him, the first episode to episode, right, with the slime thing, and he's like, Deku, stay away. Yeah, he understands that now, right? So he figured out, well, it shouldn't be me being the main rescuer to begin with. Then he's like, Kirishima, you're his best friend. Yeah, Kirishima and Bakugou always hanging out, right? And it goes back to the whole Kirishima episode we had in recent episode where he was like, I have to save him, I couldn't do anything. The Kirishima's development has been great for the last episode. Right? And then again, he's like, I can do it. He believes in me, yeah, like that whole thing was really awesome. Then of course they fly up there, very, very good scene generally, and the match was so on. They fly up, right, and he's like, grab my hand, bro! He's like, yeah! Like that was awesome, because it really gives you, like, their Nakama, their friendship becomes even better, right? So I think that's amazing for me, how they have these, like, really, really tense moments, awesome action, like a really cool battle against All Might, One for All, All for One and so on. But also manage like throw in some really good character development bits there with several characters too, right? Like all of them, pretty much. Even Ida has a little bit development, so 4 of them. It's only Yasuo pretty much who stands there and being like, "Don't die, guys!" Like, they pretty much only heard that doesn't get to do anything. But yeah, that was really good. That's my favorite scene. I love that scene. That was freaking amazing. But yeah, there's so much to talk about here. So let's just talk about before we get into the actual battle. You know how I am. I'll talk about the decision making and so on. I really, really liked how the master, how the evil guy isn't just this crazy evil guy, right? And he could be like super planning and so on. For example, that's one thing I hate with like Aizen in the end of the Bleach Aizen arc, where he's like, okay, spoiler, whatever. Yeah, he's like. He turns into this thing where he's like, he had his master plan, and then suddenly during battle, he's just like a stupid bad guy. It's like, yeah. And it makes no sense. He was like a planner guy until this point. But Master here, this must be the writing than Bleach, right? Because he enters, he uses activation quirk and so on. But I really, really like then, of course, when he saves the kids, right? That's amazing for me, because that means he's a cunning, evil master guy that actually stays calm and collected during the battle against his arch enemy. He's like, you know what, I'm gonna send away my kids here, because they are also not just holding me back for a bit, because he can't blast his power around so on, right? He really has to develop investment, even if he's pure evil, doesn't actually care about them. In the end, right, he wants us to be evil and like, create, mayhem and whatever he's reading and so on. So he wants Shigiraki or Tomoura and so on to escape, right? He wants them to, survive and grow and so on, right? So I think that makes him as a character also really interesting, and like, he's a good bad guy, because he actually is not just cray, right? He's like, well, I'm trying to, I play the long game here. He plans out like, I have developed this bad kid here, he's gonna become doing this thing here. So that was really good. So it also shows how smart he is, because he activates the magnet power into the toga, and then they fly in and so on. Yeah, so like everything is great there. Like both how he acts, his emotions, his long planning, and also generally how he's like very tactical during this battle, right? Yes, both All Might and also doing those things on the side, both with activation the warp and so on. So yeah, so really, really, he's a master of the quirks, right? So really, really good, really, really good bad guy. in my opinion. And yeah, again, the episode has some amazing developments for the characters. I mean, one thing I also really love, one scene which kind of connects with the whole scene, is called Mountain Lady, right? Mountain Lady jumps up there, blocks them, the repel flying thing there, in her face, and she's super hot, right? She's a beautiful girl, very attractive female, right? And we have seen her before doing, you know, some scenes where she's like trying to be like, I'm this attractive babe, and you know, so it takes her in her face, right? Which of course ruins her beautiful a little bit at least. She probably can't fix it, but you know, like it's sacrificing her beauty, which is probably her biggest selling point. And she's more about, you know, getting the glory and so on. But at this moment, she's willing to sacrifice her beauty to help the kids. It's like, stupid kids, it's like that was like great to see how she's willing to do it. And it shows that she also is, you know, a hero in the end, right? In the end, she also is caring about people more than her personal glory. Even though she usually is kind of like for the fame and the TV and so on. But she has the depth of actually being a good person in the end, right? Or good, I mean, like pure good person in the end there. So it also helps her to carry, yeah, like amazing episode. Anyway, then we have the whole battle, right? We have the whole battle. All that is great. And then we have this amazing battle as well, with so many cool moments. Yeah, basically All Might flying into a lot of houses, but there's a lot of cool stuff there, and we can see how he connects, how he combines different quirks. Like, I can use muscle thing here, wind thing here, and then this happens. So he's like, maybe I should take this quirk and combine it. So I like how he's improving to during the battle. He's like, I should try this quirk now. I have this new quirk and so on. I just keep trying to use them like that, different kind of ways. So on. Yeah, that is really awesome. And of course, All Might keeps it trying past him, and he's. I mean, yeah, I don't want to spoil anything. I don't want to say anything, but it's kind of clear, right, that All Might has to push himself to the limit next week, and it's going to be a really high battle, and it's gruesome. But yeah, there's also one thing is also good during the whole battle. He's evil, of course, so he will taunt him like, "Oh, you're so weak," but it also makes sense. It's like, you used to be able to get here in this many seconds. It took you like 20 minutes now or whatever. Like it took you this many, this time frame. And he knows that you used to be stronger, All Might. What happened to you? Did someone cut your stomach or something? Because obviously, but he knows though. Also, he was the one who hurt All Might before, right? I mean, get All Might the body. That he knows that, of course, that All Might is injured in that sense. But it's clear to him that he's like, you know, oh yeah, you're so slower now. Oh, you punched me. You used to punch much harder. So all of that is great. Like, you punched me much harder last time. Like, it didn't even hurt me that much. So all of that is great too. How he identifies All Might's stamina issues and general power show. And he's like, best you got, boy. So all that is great as well. However, though, he has to kind of Darth Vader master it. He has the whole like breathing thing. He's clearly injured, and even though he can steal, I guess, healing quirks, he has to be able to heal his, I guess, lungs and so on. Right, he's almost killed him last time, right? So he is injured. So I like kind of the slapstick there. He's like, "Oh, you're so weak." And I was like, "Well, you can't even breathe." Like, come on, bro. Like, you can't even breathe. Yeah, like, like, so they have both of that going for them, right? Back and forth there. It is really good. Yeah. So, man, great battle. Great battle so far. Next week is gonna be the even more battles, right? And the tense moments. Well, yeah, the last thing I want to say is I also liked how, you know, the Shigiraki is kind of like, "No, master, let me help you." He's also like, he's evil and it's crazy, but he's also doing the whole, he's kind of like the counterpoint of Deku. He's like, Deku is, "All Might, I have to save you," and Bakugou, he's like, "No, master, I can also fight him. I don't want to leave you alone." Like, he gets kind of like, "No, don't send me away. I'm here for you, master." So I like how he's kind of also, he loves his kind of, you know, adoptive father, right, as well there. He's like, "No, I want to stay and fight." And of course, Toga is like, "I want to cut more people up." So, yeah, and the sound effect he made was great too. The sound effect they added, it was like, it was like, "Get it off me, guys!" Like, no. Oh, amazing episode. It's 10 out of 10. As I say again here, to customers right, using the combination of amazing battles and tension of them trying to figure out plans and so on. Deku being intelligent, so on, right, awesome, but also the character development. There's so many characters. Even Mountain Lady gets this like thing there, and then Yidis doing the whole thing, saving them, and he's like, "Oh, Yidis, you're really never see that," and you probably not kill Yidis, but yeah, like so much good stuff there. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video, subscribe, push the like button, and I'll see you guys next week for the final battle, right?